Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So this one is just going to focus on some questions that were answered by the SimGrews that came up after the live stream. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to show is actually from SimGuru Popcorn because she posted the world icon for Copperdale. Go Wompwomps! I love the look of this, and the colors are really nice, and having the school mascot doing some cheer there. It definitely stands out amongst the other world icons, because one minor complaint I have is that Brightchester and Evergreen Harbor are right beside each other, and they look so similar and use very similar colors, so sometimes when I mean to click on one, I almost click on the other. So yeah, this is definitely a lot more unique looking of a world icon. SimGuru Popcorn also posted a selfie of her sim posing with the Wompwomp statue that you can find on Plumbite Pier. I believe it was Fantasia's world overview where I saw you just have a normal view interaction when you click on it. Maybe there is still some unique buff you get from viewing the statue, but otherwise, yeah, you just can make it look like as if you're posing with a statue from just kind of taking the selfie interaction near it. Narby says, I'm excited to see the difference between socially awkward and loner. It sounds promising. And Popcorn says, socially awkward Sims have a harder time socializing, but when they're around people they know, they are happy. I'm very much that way. I'm awkward and uncomfortable around people I don't know, but I'm way more outgoing when with people I love. Okay, that does make a lot of sense, because, yeah, loner and socially awkward aren't necessarily the same. Just because you're socially awkward doesn't mean you're shy all the time or that you always want to be just by yourself. Anna Marie asked, is that sexual orientation going to be in the game, or is it just going to be for the expansion pack? And SimGuru George says, this is provided to everyone. It should appear in your game when we release the pre-pack update patch, along with things like body hair, curved walls, etc. Look for the patch a few days before The Sims 4 High School Years launches on July 28th. So I think we're very likely going to get that update on the 26th, since that is the Tuesday of that week, and that is just a couple of days before release. Azuri asked, are revamp phones coming to the base game? And George says, yes, the Trendy and Social Bunny apps are a part of High School Years, but the phone overhaul is coming to everyone. So that makes sense. It would have been strange if the revamped appearance of the phones were only in the pack, but it makes sense that Trendy and Social Bunny are selling points of this expansion pack. Next, Damien Fandom asked if we're getting pack-specific wants and fears, like if Sims want to get the bee box but fear getting stung by those bees, or wanting to go to university but fearing of not getting any scholarships. And George says there are a long list of wants and fears. I don't recall all of them offhand. There are some that are specific to High School Years, but the team did go back and add some for the previous content. I'm sure more can be added for future packs too. So that is good, because I love the sentiment system, but that really sucks that they didn't go back and add sentiments to the packs before Snowy Escape. It's something I still would really like to see, so I do hope that they will be more committed to wants and fears, both in terms of previous content and future content. Like, it should be a standard with every pack that adds new gameplay. They should have wants and fears. Shroomgod was hoping that wants and fears can be disabled, and George says that yes, there is an option to toggle them off in the game settings. I figured this would be the case, especially because whims are toggleable in the options, and they're actually disabled by default now, but it is good to know 100% for certain. The Water Rat asked, so we're getting the new boba tea lot type. Can it go anywhere? Does it have to include thrift store items? SimGuru Popcorn says it can be placed anywhere. You can also buy the bubble tea counter separately and place it down like a market stall. Okay, that is good. I'm glad that functionality is not just limited to the thrift store venue type. And it is good that the thrift store lots can be placed in any world, because it's not like, say, the high school lot that's an active career location. And thrift stores could really make sense in some of the other worlds that we already have. I can definitely picture having one in San Myshuno. The Henford Hen tweeted, "So, wait, is prom in The Sims 4 high school years every week? Seems a bit weird to me that it's once a week. Doesn't make it feel so special and meaningful if it's that often." George replies with, "The school schedule might seem weird at first, but consider different families you'd start playing at different times, kids aging up midweek, teens aging up as well. The schedule aims to allow all teens a chance to experience all the key high school events, no matter when they join or leave high school." And Wenda Waterrat asked, "How many times can your Sims attend prom? Like, if you want to simulate having a homecoming and a prom, because your timing works out right to get 2 dances in, could you go to both?" And George says, "I went to 5 myself, so I figure, why limit the Sims?" Wow, how did he pull that off? Like, 4 I could understand, but 5? But anyways, yeah, that's interesting with the timing there. I'm still not sure if I agree with the design decision. Like, how I would have it is to have prom every 2 weeks, I think. Like, at least for a non-seasons game. Like, if you have seasons, then I would have it so that prom is towards the end of each season. So then you don't have to play a super long time to get to prom to have that once a year, especially if you're playing with the longer seasons instead of the shorter ones, since you can adjust the length of the seasons in the calendar. Lastly, we have a couple of questions about curved walls. So Sims Design says, "We just need an update so all windows could work on curved walls." And George says, "The Move Objects cheat will allow you to put any window you want on a curved wall. They won't all look good just because of the width of them, but you can make that call on your own builds. The filter and build by is there to help find windows that should look good on curves." It does seem awkward to have this distinction where it's like, oh, these are the windows that look good with curved walls, and here's the ones that don't. It's kind of like how with the multi-story columns we got before Discovery University, where it's like, oh yeah, here's the columns that are good for it, and here's the ones that aren't. But I guess it's an issue with these things being done so many years later, instead of just being right there when the game launched. So hopefully with The Sims 5, we can have not just curved walls that can be made in a more precise way with different angles like in Paralyzed, but also to have all the windows and doors work properly on curved walls. Azuri asked, "Are curved pools coming along with curved walls in the base game update? We have the curved pool feature in The Sims 3. And George replies, "We focused on the really hard work of getting just curved walls/rooms working in high school years." Okay, yeah, I wasn't really expecting curved pools to come alongside curved walls, but I think they are far more likely to happen now that curved walls and rooms are in the game. Maybe next year. Pools, I think, could use some more content in general, because we're still missing pool slides. We don't have the classic diving board, like the shorter ones that we've had since The Sims 1, because I don't think the diving platform from Get Together, as fun as it is, fully replaces that. We don't have the in-pool bars that we had in The Sims 3 Island Paradise. And it would be nice to even have some just new stuff in pools that we haven't had previously, or just used in the water in general. Like if kids could learn how to swim and they could use swimming noodles or flutterboards. That would take me back to my childhood. So yeah, I feel like there is a lot more that could be done with pools in the future, and curved pool walls are definitely one of them. And oh yeah, the pool stairs. Of course, I've been asking for those since The Sims 3 days. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on high school years so far in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!